All right, so in step 6 for activity 1, 2, 3, you are using 3 of the block shapes to create a construction block, structure, whatever you'd like to call it, and then creating an isometric sketch of it. Then we're going to create a 3D model of it, so that's what we're going to do now, and then we're going to jump to step 7, which is creating a multi-view drawing of it. So here is step 7. So we're going to use a template that is in that has been created for Project Lead the Way. So to start the structure block, we're going to go into our IED team or project. We're going to create a new folder. This is for activity 1.2.3. Now you want to have the file you're going to make, you want it to save here, but where you're going to get your files from is going to be in the block shapes. So you're going to be using these shapes here to create the structure that's going to go into your 1, 2, 3 folder. So you're going to have to move the file out of there in order to put it into this folder, or when you go to save it, just make sure you change the folder that it is being designed in, and it is in the 1, 2, 3 folder. So to create the structure, pick whatever shapes you'd like. I'm just going to do the cube, the cylinder, and the right triangular prism for mine. So to add your shapes in, if you're on a Mac, you're going to do Control click, or on a PC, you're going to do right click and then click insert into current design. You want to put it in a separate file so that you're not adding them onto one of your current files you have here. So the first one should always, it places it at the origin, so that one's good. We'll just leave that one there. Then whatever shape you want to do next. So I'm going to do the cylinder next, same process, insert into current design. It most likely will place it on top of the one you already have. So I'm going to go to my front view. I want this to be above or on top of my square. So we're not getting exact. So we have to change these dimensions. Let's try 5, 5. 5, 7, 5. All right, that's a good spot for the width. It does need to go a little bit higher. So if you view it from the side here, we can see that it's kind of inside the shape. So I'm going to drag it up, but it goes up too high. So we're just going to keep going down until it's where I would like it. So 0.025. And then I want to drag it over top of my cube. So I'm going to move this over here. And I'm going to try 5 for 3. Oops. Here. All right, and that looks, let's try 5, 6, 5, 2. All right, that looks good. All right, I'm going to click OK, go back to my home view. So I have my cylinder on top of my square. Now I'm going to add in my right triangular prism. So that one places right on top. So I'm going to go to my front view and slide this over. So again, see how it's going inside. So I'm going to zoom in more. Move this over this way. So that I can get it to a spot where let's try 2, 3. All right, so 1, 1, 2, 5 works for me. Click OK. I now have my structure with the cylinder on top of the cube and then the triangle. So I'm going to hit save. I'm just going to call this structure. And I do want it to save in my block shapes folder here. All right. Now, So it is uploading. There we go. Back here to step 7, we're going to create a multi-view drawing using Fusion 360. We're going to ignore the creating the 8.5 by 11 because there's a template that we're going to be using that is linked on Schoology. So going back here, you will download it from Schoology. So in order to create the drawing, you're going to go from design and then template. We're going to go browse. Mine's just in this admin project folder. Yours you're going to have in your IED folder. So it should say Project Lead the Way drawing template. Click OK. Everything else stays the same, creating new and that stuff. I'm going to close this just so that it is not in the way. So this would be the front view, which we do want. We can probably have a 1-to-1 scale. That all right, so it would be a bit too large. All right, so we do need a 1 to do. So that's how you can change the scale, is just type in the new dimension there. So I'm going to place my base view. You can change the style of it. So you can have it be represented in different ways. We're just going to do the visible edges for this one. Click OK. Now, the projected view is what we want to do next, because you can click on your front view and drag it up to your top, drag it over to your side, and then drag it diagonally for your isometric. We're going to hit the check mark, and it places everything here of all your views, and everything is aligned exactly how it should be, where the edges match up for your top, they match up for your front and your side, and then the isometric is relevant to the other drawings. Now, the structure itself, if you ever wanted to hide anything, you can just uncheck these. We do want them all to be visible, so we're going to leave them all checked. If you ever need to change any settings, there's document settings here. We're using the specific settings, so for a project, it would say your project name here. For the title, we're just going to add in a text here. And this is activity 1.2.3 structure drawing. Oops. You can change the font size, so if you want to make it, say, 0.24, makes it a lot larger. You can bold it, center it, which is what I'm going to do. And then once you have good text, hit close. This makes it wider so that everything fits in one line here. This moves it like the top and bottom. This is just to move the whole thing. You can do it that way to place it somewhere, or you can just click and hold in the middle anywhere and it'll change it. I am going to make this a little larger. So I do want to make the highlight it all. Make it, let's see if 0.24 is a good size. That's a bit too large. So let's do 0.15. That would be good. And then I'm just going to drag this out. So that's my title. Now all of the extras here has the project name, which is obviously the project you have. It would say IED and then your initials. These are mine. Who is the one designing this page? So that would have your name here. It would have the date that this was created, how many sheets there are. So we only have one. If you have any extras down here, it would say 1 of 2, 1 of 3, so on. The size of the page is a size A. There's also other sizes which have to do with the orientation of the page, as well as the size for when you go to print it. This is a 11 by 8.5, so it would be it's a landscape view basically. And then the scale we have of the drawing, so we had, when we initially put this down, it was at a scale of 1:2. So now you're going to save your design. I had already saved this prior. I don't know if it showed up in the video, but anyway, so I'm just going to show you how you can save it to the other folder. So you're going to hit save here, but so that I can show you, I'm going to do save as. You'll name it, it always does the name of the file you have. So if you titled your structure something different, it would say whatever that title is, and then drawing. So you know it's the drawing of that file. Then to put it in the other folder, so we're going to click on the down arrow here. You want it to be in your IED. We're going to click on IED up at the top here, activity 123. And that way it'll save within that folder. You can click the up button so it now says IED, activity 123, and then you can hit save and it'll save it into that folder. Your structure drawing is done. So now I'll show you how you can add your structure file into that folder. So I'm going to hit show data panel. You have your structure here. So I'm going to right click on that. Or if you're on a Mac, control click, and you're going to go to move. So you can click on the 123 folder, hit move, and you'll see it delete from the 122 folder with the block shapes. So if you go into IED and then 123, it'll have your structure drawing and your structure, which is both of what you want in that folder.